What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video I want to talk about the crypto market in turmoil. We see most cryptocurrencies dropping off a cliff right now, and I want to show you guys where a lot of that fear is coming from. There is no doubt about it, Tether is in big trouble right now. Over the past couple weeks, we have been watching massive amounts of funds flow out of Tether, but now just today we are seeing Tether actually undergo countless cyber attacks. Guys, in this video I want to go over exactly what's happening to Tether right now, but more importantly, how I think it's going to affect the rest of the crypto markets. Guys, this is a really big deal, and if Tether collapses, it's going to cause a ton of fear to flow into the market, but I actually want to show you guys why I do not think it's going to be as devastating as a lot of people are making it out to be. Guys, this is the biggest thing going on in the crypto markets right now, and we need to be paying very close attention to it. Guys, at the end of this video, I want to show you guys a very interesting clip that I dug up that shows some insane connections between Ripple and the US Federal Reserve. This is so important because for XRP to be the standard of payments, it needs to gain wide scale adoption from the largest institutions in the entire world. Guys, as I have studied Ripple and XRP, I have noticed so many connections that make me believe that the connection between Ripple and the Federal Reserve is a lot stronger than we are being led to believe. Guys, in this video, I want to show you some evidence that Ripple has been working very closely with the Federal Reserve, and it's very likely XRP will be used to upgrade the Federal Reserve's payment system. Guys, this is what we need for XRP to become the certified standard of cryptocurrencies, and I actually think we're a lot closer than many people expect. If you guys are new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It goes such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys are ever looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out the link in the description below. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, let's jump right into it. I want to try to make this video quick. I hope everyone has a good weekend. I know things aren't too fun when the crypto market is falling from a cliff. I just want to say, guys, the cryptocurrencies that survive through all of this are going to make you rich in a couple years from now. This is the time you need to focus up and find the projects that really are going to change the world and become the new basis for the next generation financial system. I think XRP is a prime example of a cryptocurrency that perfectly suits what I just described to you, but in the short term, it doesn't matter about the fundamentals. The markets want to fall, and they are gonna fall clearly by what we have seen. So guys, one of the reasons why we are currently seeing so much fear in the crypto markets is because of Tether. Just today, Tether has been under a DDoS attack after receiving a ransom request. And this isn't just speculation, this isn't just an account trying to create some FUD. We saw earlier today, the CEO of Tether actually tweet this out, and here's a current view of the attack. We can see right here, this is normally the amount of DDoS requests that Tether gets, and we can see there has been large spikes as essentially bots are trying to overrun their systems. So guys, this is definitely creating a lot of fear. There's no speculation about the fact that Tether is already in a pretty sketchy place. We know that it's very questionable whether or not the Tether token is actually backed up one-to-one, and I just wanted to quickly show you this. We can see currently the market cap of Tether is dropping off a cliff. People are terrified that Tether's going to become the next Terra Luna. People already watched one stablecoin go to zero, and now it looks like Tether has a very good chance of the same thing happening to it. That's why we're seeing so much money flow out of Tether. And guys, just to show this isn't stablecoins in general, if we take a look at the USDC market cap chart, we can see that a lot of money is actually currently flowing into USDC. This is typically a pretty common thing you would see when there's a market sell-off, because as people escape cryptocurrencies, they normally put their money in stable coins so that they can re-enter the market into their favorite crypto projects very conveniently. Yet at the same time, we see a drastic amount of funds flowing out of Tether, and this is putting a lot of pressure on the peg of Tether itself. If we take a look at the peg, we can see that this thing is off its dollar peg, and pretty clearly. It's definitely off on the year, but if we take a look at the all-time chart, it's really not as bad, but guys, there's no question about it, it's certainly not at its peg. One thing that I find very interesting is this is the same general formation we saw before Terra Luna had its infamous depeg. Essentially what happened was we saw a dramatic drop in the market cap, and that caused the initial peg to be lost. Once that happened, it actually recovered, came back close to the peg, but was never able to fully recover before it dropped off a cliff again. The thing I'm concerned about now is if this attack in some way creates so much fear that people just start running out of Tether at an even more dramatic rate than we've already seen. This could put further pressure on the peg and cause this thing really to go into a death spiral. Now, because Tether is not actually an algorithmic stablecoin, I don't think we would see the same death spiral as we saw with Terra Luna, and I think that's important to pay attention to, because even if Tether's not completely backed, I mean, it should be backed at least a little. They did get audited by another sketchy firm, and it did seem like they did have some cash, so I don't think Tether will necessarily death spiral. But guys, this is still creating a lot of fear because everyone just watched another stablecoin go to zero. So whether or not the same exact thing will happen to Tether, it doesn't really matter because it's still freaking people out. So guys, now you're probably wondering, what would happen if Tether really did lose its peg in a significant way? Well, one thing I think we need to keep in the back of our minds is we really can't blame this entire sell-off on Tether. I think that's very misguided. Crypto Whale tweeted out, Tether in freefall, the true reason why the crypto markets are crashing, and I responded to him, oh yeah, are stocks crashing because of Tether too? What I wanted to point out here, guys, there are so much bigger problems in our financial system other than Tether. Is Tether good for the crypto markets? Of course not, and it's scaring people more than they already have been. But guys, every single asset class in the world is falling off a cliff right now, and that has nothing to do with Tether. So this whole market sell-off does not all have to do with Tether. Can Tether make things a little worse? Yes. Is Tether going to implode the whole crypto market, and is everything going to go to zero? No, of course not. So what we need to understand here is, yes, Tether's going to add some more fear onto all the uncertainty we're already watching. But guys, the projects that live through this, the projects that actually have sound fundamentals, this is just a buying opportunity for those projects. Tether crashing and then being regulated out of existence would actually be one of the best things for the crypto market, because whenever regulators are talking about sketchy companies in crypto, what regulators are scared about is companies like Tether. Guys, eventually Tether will go away. They will be regulated out of existence, and the sooner we rip the band-aid off, the sooner we will be done hearing about this. Yes, it's going to add pain. Yes, it's going to make more of a sell-off, but guys, crypto will survive and be stronger without Tether. So guys, in much less scary news and actually very good news, you guys need to see this. I have been talking about for a while now Ripple's connections to the Federal Reserve and how one day I believe the Federal Reserve will be utilizing XRP. I wanted to show you this clip because this is so important to be paying attention to. Guys, this lady works on the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force, and it sounds like she just got out of a meeting with Ripple. What she says here has Ripple's name written all over it, and before I play you this clip, I wanted to point this out. Ripple is one of 19 proposers in the task force and is the only company to offer DLP and ILP. Guys, Ripple is the only cryptocurrency company working with the Federal Reserve, and after listening to this lady talk, you guys are going to realize that the Federal Reserve has Ripple and XRP's name written all over it. Listen up.
So the task force came together under the Fed's sort of catalyst role and looked at a couple of models. We put it out there for the industry task force members to come forward with models of what a faster payments service would look like. So end-to-end payments, and I think your definition of settlement within under 5 seconds, things like
settlement under 5 seconds. What does that sound like to you?
Though that was debated heavily, as you know, just characteristics of what really even is a faster payment system. So first, this task force defined, I think it was like 36 criteria to articulate what that looked like, and then looked at some proposals for faster payment solutions. And ultimately, in the end, I think we acknowledge that given our economy and kind of the scope of what we're looking at, there will be multiple faster payments providers operating in this ecosystem, and our job was to consider how do we facilitate that ecosystem in a way that those solutions could interoperate. So
interoperability, another huge Ripple talking point.
A consumer or a business wouldn't need to have be on the same platform. You could send and transact real-time payments regardless of what platform is.
Real-time payments, interledger protocol across platforms. Guys, this is insane. Let's keep going.
So the task force really came up with some recommendations that they felt would help facilitate that. And they centered on 3 real categories. The first was around just coordination, governance. In order to do that, you'd need to have a body that would continue to facilitate that type of coordination. You'd have to have some rules and standards that would allow for cross platform or cross-solution interoperability. The second category beyond governance was around really around infrastructure. And I think to your point, Travis, the task force set up front, it had an actual recommendation that said the Fed really needs to look at what you can do to be the backbone and facilitate those real-time payments. So look at, can you provide settlement services real-time 24/7. The third was really around sustainability and evolution of that ecosystem. Now, how can we make sure that we continue to look at new technologies, look at things like distributed ledger, things like that.
Distributed ledger. Guys, I'm gonna stop it right there, but she sounded like she just came out of a meeting with Brad Garlinghouse. And guys, moreover, Ripple actually gave the Federal Reserve a proposal where they described how they could make the Federal Reserve payment system better using XRP, and listen to some of these talking points. They talk about interledger protocol for interoperability, real-time payments, greater visibility with settlement confirmation, and more transparency between the payee and the payer, all drastically reducing the friction of modern day cross-border payments. Guys, like I mentioned earlier, Ripple is the only cryptocurrency company working with the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve's talking points have Ripple's name all over it. Guys, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Try not to get too freaked out. Go have some fun. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out so much. And for now, Mickle out.